So about a month ago, I made a video called the best GR3 cars that you must own in Gran Turismo 7. And while I thought that video was going to perform well, you guys absolutely knocked it out of the park and loved the subject matter of that video. So I thought to myself, why stop just at GR3? Why not make a video on the best cars in GT7 and the most useful cars that you should own if you're going up through the single player, racing in lobbies, or even in sport mode? So that's what I've decided to do today. This is the best top 5 most useful cars in Gran Turismo 7, regardless of category. I'm going to be providing setups for all of the cars and also providing reasons why I think each car is amazing. If you guys do enjoy this video and or find it useful, leaving a like, comment, and subscribing greatly helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the cars. And number 5 on the list, I have the Dodge Viper GTS 2002. This car has been one of my go-to vehicles since the game has come out, which is funny considering the newer 06 model of the Viper GTS. I actually put it in my most disappointing cars video. The main difference between the 02 and the 06 is the 02 has a diffuser, and this greatly improves the performance and the drivability of the car. It comes stock with 448 horsepower, but honestly, it can run at any performance points range, any horsepower range, and hold its own. It's extremely good at 800 pp. It's unbelievably good at 700 pp. One of the best cars, if not the best road car at 700 pp, especially a non-4-wheel drive car. And that's the main thing, it's not a 4-wheel drive car, so you will get a lot more respect points from people when you perform well with this car versus if you're using something like a GTR. And I don't feel as guilty running this car in the lower performance points brackets since it comes stock with 448 horsepower. It's not like I'm taking an Aventador or an F12 Berlinetta and detuning it all the way down to run with some of the lower tier cars. And while this car is sneakily one of the most overpowered cars for those lower PP ranges, as I mentioned, you'll get a lot more street cred and a lot more respect when you drive this car. It's number 5 on the list, definitely deserves to be here. I love the way this thing drives. If there's anything that's letting it down slightly, it's at the extremely high horsepower ranges. It doesn't have the best traction. Low speed traction is definitely a concern with many American cars in this game. I'd say the Viper 02 is definitely one of the better cars in that regard, but it's still a concern nonetheless. But for 120,000 credits in the dealership, this is definitely a must-have vehicle in my opinion. It definitely deserves the number 5 spot on the list. Number 4, we have the most popular road car in the game in my opinion, which is the Nissan GTR Nismo 2017. With the Bugatti engine swap, this is the fastest street legal car in the game on most tracks, other than the Aston Martin Valkyrie of course. And even unswapped, the performance of this car is astonishing. You can raise the rear ride height on it, take off some rear downforce, and the car will be excellent for high speed cornering tracks. You can lower the rear ride height, run it on a straight line speed type track, and it'll be excellent for those too. Bringing it down to other PP ranges such as 800, 750 or lower, it's excellent for those scenarios too. This car just does everything well. There's nothing that this car can't do, and because it's a Japanese car, it's not really all that expensive in the dealership. The setup I'm providing here is a maxed out setup, but there's a lot of front downforce that you can take off to lower this car's performance points rating and make it viable for some of the lower PP ranges. And I don't think there's really much else that needs to be said. Everybody knows this car is insane, so let's move on to the next one. The next car on this list, and the first race car I have, is the Sauber Mercedes C9, a Group 1 Group C car from the late 1980s. This Sauber was the Group C car that I wanted to choose for this because I do believe it is the fastest of the 5 Group C cars. It wasn't always this way, but after the 1.31 update, I find the Sauber Mercedes has the best cornering and the best acceleration of all of the other Group C cars, and it does it while also not having a massively high performance points rating. Meaning if you want to try to compete with the more modern prototype cars, you definitely can with the Sauber. And if you want to bring this car down to a lower PP for like the Sardegna 800 for instance, this car is one of the best cars for that as well. This car's greatest strength for performance points racing is the fact that it has a very high range for the front and the rear downforce. What I mean by that is you can lower the front downforce a lot on this car and it'll tank the PP rating, meaning that you could run way more horsepower and you can get some of that rotation that you lose from the front downforce by doing things like raising the rear ride height or running some weight on the back of the car. It's just such a versatile car, and once again, in my opinion, the best Group C Le Mans car in the game. Number 2 on the list is the Lamborghini Aventador, whether it be the SV model or the non-standard regular Aventador. Now, I've said this before, but the standard regular Aventador, while it has less horsepower, it does handle better than the SV, but both cars are really disgusting no matter which way you look at it. The reason I put these cars above the GTR Nismo is, in my opinion, once you put yourself in a front downforce deficit with this car to lower the performance points rating, this car is more well suited to still having a lot of rotation. Where the GTRs are front engine and they don't rotate as well with less front downforce, these cars can be brought down to absurdly low performance points ratings and still dominate rooms. Now, do I encourage you to go into lobbies with detuned Aventadors? No, because everybody's going to hate you. But if I'm being objective, these cars are some of the most useful cars for getting by the single player races. For the Lamborghini Aventador regular, I'll hit you guys with this maxed out setup I have for it, but for the SV, I'll just hit you with the 800 pp build, and it'll give you an idea if you want to bring this car down to a lower performance points, how you should set it up. But yeah, guys, these cars are absolutely wicked. It's been this way since the game's come out, and yeah, Aventador, amazing car. And at the number 1 spot, I'm sure many of you could have seen this coming from a mile away. Maybe some of you don't know about this car yet, but the Suzuki V6 Escudo Pikes Peak is undoubtedly the most useful car in the entire game. For whatever reason, this car is organically under 800 pp when fully maxed out with a proper setup, and is capable of running 133s at Trial Mountain. For reference, an above average 800 pp road car at Trial Mountain runs about a 142, like a mid to high 142. This car is nearly 10 seconds faster than that. And while many cars that run obscenely fast lap times for their performance points ratings have some sort of engine swap transmission bug or glitch, or there's something wrong with the game, this car is not necessarily bugged or glitched, it's just really that fast. And when you look at the 3 best credit grinding races in this game, the Tokyo 600, the Sarthe Le Mans 700 pp race, and the Sardinia 800 pp race, this car is a top 3 car in every single one of those. So no matter what configuration you're running this car in is going to help you fly through your single player races, and God forbid if this car is allowed in lobbies, you're just going to rail everybody. And honestly, it kind of brings a bit of a smile to my face knowing that this was one of the original Gran Turismo icons, especially from Gran Turismo 3, which is a game that I hold dearly in my heart. But yeah, that's going to conclude the list for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and also subscribe. I definitely look forward to doing more builds and tunes for you guys and providing you with information on which cars work best in which situations. At the time of recording this video, we haven't quite reached 10,000 subscribers yet, but very well could have already hit it once I've released this video, and for that, I'm greatly appreciative. Thank you guys so much for all of the support over the last few months, but without letting this video drag on too long, I hope you guys have a fantastic night. It's been your boy Dude, and I'm out. Peace.